This is the game we play today. We challenge. We overpower. We attack with speed. We win with technology. We show no mercy. This is the game we play today. Tour Burner. Extreme power born from relentless innovation. Tailor-made, the #1 driver in golf.
Alright, so I know a lot of you amateurs always have, you guys have tough schedules, you have busy jobs to keep, and if you ever find yourself running late for a tee time, here's just a very quick 4 or 5 minute stretching routine that can really help you limber up and play well on the front nine and not just get your game going for the back nine. First of all, what you do is just, kick your leg up, put it on your bag, just stretch out your hamstrings for a few seconds each side. So once on the right, once on the left, and then just simply, grab your foot, pull your leg up, stretch out your quads. So those are basically the main muscle groups of your legs. Do that on either side. And the next thing I would do is I'd just pull out my driver, I'd put it over my shoulders, pull back a little bit, just stretch out my chest, and then I'll just keep it behind my shoulders, and I'll just do a few rotation stretches just to get me nice and loose. And you might just hear the odd pop as you are sitting behind a desk all day, but that's nice, just beginning to limber up. And the last thing I would do is I'd take out, call it a 7 and an 8 iron, put them together and just make a few gentle swings with that. I guess the key with making a swing with 2 clubs is you're not trying to swing it too hard and too fast, you're just really trying to stretch your muscles and limber up. And the other great thing about swinging 2 clubs is it's awesome for your rhythm, you can keep it nice and smooth. And then when you start getting into hitting full shots, you can almost try and remember the nice lazy rhythm that swinging 2 clubs helps you produce. So that's it, just sort of 5-10 swings, whatever you feel, until you feel comfortable basically. Alright, so even though you might only have a minute or 2 left of your warm-up, it's always important to start off with a wedge. It's going to really set up your day. To me, the most important thing about playing good golf is having a really good rhythm. So for me, starting with a wedge is probably the easiest club to swing nice and smoothly. We're not worrying about distance, we're just basically trying to make good contact. So once I've hit 2 or 3 wedges, I then might move into a mid-iron club, pull out a 7 iron. And really, I'm not thinking about too much technical stuff right now. All I'm trying to do is just limber up my body. Like I said, we're pushed for time. I might just hit 1 4 iron. Alright, so the last tip I'd give you is that the last shot you're going to hit on the range, if we've only got time to hit 1 driver, make sure it replicates the first tee shot that you're going to have on the golf course. If it's a 3-wood, hit a 3-wood, but in this case, the first hole's a par 5, so I know I'm going to be hitting a driver. So I'm going to tee up the ball, and if the hole requires a little bit of a fade, that's what I'm going to do with my tee shot. We've only got one practice shot, so let's make it count. Let's go play golf.
When you look at a ball, what do you see? Technology? A white orb? A brand name? We saw a challenge, an opportunity to make a better ball. We did, and we'll prove it to you. Tour pros mishit the ball more than 20% of the time. How often do you? The new tailor-made balls with LDP technology. They're longer, even when not hit perfectly.
To have a ball that still flies far, even when I don't hit it perfectly, that is cool.
Over 120 tour pros have switched, See why.
Rethink your ball.
It's so predictable. It's the most consistent ball that I've ever played, especially when it comes to distance control.
Over 120 tour pros have switched. See why.
Rethink your ball.
I expect my ball to go a long way when I hit it solid. But this ball, it goes far even when I don't hit it that well.
Over 120 tour pros have switched. See why.
Time to rethink your ball.
Today I want to take you through one of my favorite practice drills that I use before I go out for a round. Now this drill was introduced to me by my coach Cole Swatton last year on the Nationwide Tour. This helps with my lag putting out in the course. I first start off with my putter, of course, laying it down with 5 tees, putting it in a semicircle around the hole. Then I start off with a 10, 20 and 30 foot putt, and I have 3 balls where I try and lag the balls into the hole. Now the way I start off with this drill is that I must be in all my pre-shot routine. The routine that I need to have out in the course, I do it here on the practice green. So I start off with 3 practice strokes behind the ball, and then I walk in to the ball. I look once, and then I just putt. I putt 3 balls, and if I get that back into the semicircle, then I move on to the 20-footer. And I try and do that with the 20-footer. If I get 3 balls into the semicircle at the back, I move on to the 30-footer. Now, if I don't get 3 balls in that semicircle, I go back 1 step below until I can get all those 3 steps past. Now I'm past the 10-foot stage, I'm onto the 20-foot. Now I need to do my routine again, putt 3 balls in that semicircle and try and move on to the 30-footer. Now I'm going to go through the same routine as I always do. Take 3 practice swings, walk in to the ball, line up, look once, and then putt. I just finished putting 3 balls into the 20-foot semicircle. I'm going to move back to the 30-footer. Now if I miss a putt with one of these 3 balls from the 30-foot range, I'm going to have to go back to the 20-foot range and try and putt 3 balls in again so I can advance to the 30-foot putt range. Now that I've nailed 3 putts from 30 feet, I feel confident that I can go out on the course and hole any putt. You know, this drill works for me out on the course, it can work for you.
My favorite shot in golf is the flop shot. It saved me a lot of strokes over the years from getting up and down, and executing it correctly will save you a lot of shots too. The 3 keys I'd like to share with you guys for my success with the flop shot is to make sure you open up your blade, make sure you got your stance open, and take a big swing. Shot will go up high and land soft. That's how to hit a flop shot.